Hello, the last time or the last class we started the estimation topic. Estimation topic بيتكلم على ايه؟ estimate البارامترز بتاعة population through الانفورميشن اللي احنا عندنا في السامبل. يعني estimate population through الانفورميشن اللي we have in the sample. طيب first thing or the first theory اللي احنا we learn together علشان نعمل estimation دي estimation at a point theory or point estimation at a point theory or this one. نقول ان احنا عشان estimate at a point نجيب الميو of the population is the expected x bar or x bar or mu or mu x bar. All of this they will reflect the estimation of the mean بس تجيب المين بتاعه. بعدين بدأنا نقول ان احنا we can estimate sigma x bar as sigma over square root of n. Remember او كنا كتبناها sigma power 2 x bar equals sigma power 2 divided by n. We got the square root is the same. طيب هقول بس نوت صغير على estimation at the point theory. ده بنسميه in statistics نسميه standard deviation صح كده؟ ده we call it standard deviation. السيجما x bar ما بنسميهاش بقى standard deviation of the x bar. We call it by tradition as the standard error. We call it the standard error. So نقدر نقول ايه ان standard error equal to the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. It's easy to do. This is the way to discuss this part. بدأنا نكريتيسايز ال estimation at a point theory. Why it's criticized? Simply علشان هي بتestimate الكلول that we learned together ال exact point. It assumes that the exact point that you estimate is the true point. وده ممكن يعمل عندنا biasness في الريزلت بتاعتنا. نروح من estimation at a point theory. It appeared a new theory which is estimation through confidence interval. confidence interval estimation بدأت overcome المين limitation of estimation at a point theory عن طريق ان هي construct interval. ان انا ما اقولش ان ال average income of Egypt is 20 بس اقول ان ال average مثلا بدل ما اقول x bar مثلا لو ال average income في Egypt is 20. ده اللي طلعناه وقلنا ان ده الميو x bar او ال estimated parameters. تقدر تطلع lower limit و upper limit. ازاي؟ ان هي تروح قايله الميو اكس بار هتكون عباره عن الاكس بار بلس كي ومره تجيبها اكس بار ماينس كي فتجيب اللور ليميت والابر ليميت. يعني لو الكي بتاعي 2 in this case هروح قايل ان الافريج income in Egypt is between 18 20 minus 2 هنا 20 minus 2 and upper limit 20 plus 2 is 22. So this is very interesting because this makes the things within an interval. وبنقول ان ده ال estimated average income in Egypt. طيب to simplify نكتب ال confidence interval نكتب x bar plus or minus the k. k it has a name in statistics. ايه بقى النيم؟ نسميها margin of error. margin of error. margin of error can be rewritten as follows: sigma x bar plus or minus بص كده sigma x bar or the standard error times the probability of laying between these two intervals. يعني انا هقول ان الريزلت بتاعي هتكون عبارة عن x بص كده بار بلس مرة اللي هو اللور ليميت و سوري ماينس مرة اللور ليميت وبلس مرة الابر ليميت السيجما اكس بار تايمز بص كده probability of falling between these two intervals. هنسمي مثلا probability دي مثلا ايه 0.95 او 95%. طيب let's do a concrete exercise for this part that we started the last time. The last time we started the exercise وبدأنا إن إحنا عندنا 3 samples. Please do يعني في السلايدز you will find them. So the average for the first sample size كان عندنا 20 x bar 1 صح كده؟ فعندنا ده كان ال x bar of the sample 1 وكان عندنا x bar of the sample 2 و x bar of the sample 3. طيب ايه الانفورميشن؟ بدأنا نقول كمان انفورميشن احنا عندنا من كل اللي فات ده we have information in السيجما بتاعت ال 3 samples مع بعض. لما حطينا كل الداتا مع بعض it's known at 2. Please check the question. This is the given. Now you need to apply. هتعمل estimation at the point theory together وهنعمل estimation using the confidence interval. طيب ال estimation at the point يقول ايه؟ أول حاجة أقدر أجيب إن EX bar or the mu equals to 20 plus 24 plus 26 over 3 we got it 23.33. خلي بالك إن ده كان sample هنا من الفيرمز طلع إن ده الافريج productivity 20 وده كان sample تانية من firms in Egypt طلع السامبل productivity الافريج 24 وسامبل تاني of firms in Egypt طلعوا 26. ازاي بقى تقول 23.33 how to interpret؟ تروح قايل ده ال estimated average productivity of ال economy based on ال ايه؟ based on the firms that we have or the information that we have about the firms. طيب something else is the sigma x bar. We can get a sigma over square root of n. So if we have the sample size, each sample size is n equals to 50. So I have 2 divided by square root of 50. So you will have 0.283 إذا ال standard error, what we call standard error, or the deviation between the samples أو ال productivity في ال samples نفسهم. طيب ده اسمه estimation at the point theory. وقلنا ان ده كان criticized ليه؟ لان ده بيستيميت exact point زي ما انت شايف للresults which is not the best scenario. نيجي نovercome الليميتيشن دي عن طريق ان احنا نعمل ايه؟ estimation using ال confidence interval. Have a look. So here we have the estimation chapter. As you can see, here is the question. Here I have the firm sample 1, sample 2, sample 3. Each sample has its own mean. فعايز estimate the mean of the population أو economy in general. I can tell it's 23.33. Now we need to construct confidence interval for the estimated means. How to do this? Look, عشان estimate the confidence interval mu x bar plus or minus k. K is the margin of error, or x bar plus or minus. Have a look. Probability times sigma x bar. So how to read this? بص تاني كمان مرة. You can read this as this is the x bar moving by 1 sigma x bar from the right, 1 sigma x bar from the left, plus or minus the lower limit with the upper limit, times probability of falling between these two intervals. ممكن يكون ال probability مثلا دي 90%. مبدئيا x is continuous, n is greater than 50 n is greater than 30 عشان هن n equals to 50. So x هتقوله normal distribution صح كده؟ normal distribution. طيب مبدئيا عشان اجيب الكونفيدنس انترفال هروح قايل it equals to mu equals to x bar plus or minus probability that I have اللي هي normal distribution فهنسميها z because it's normal distribution times sigma x bar. So ال x is 23.33 plus or minus the z times sigma x bar 0.283 صح كده؟ فاضل the z وعايزين نجيب z at 90% of confidence. يعني عايزين probability أو confidence in 90% by 90% ان ده هيكون الانترفال بتاع مين؟ البوبوليشن. طيب ادي confidence at 90% تجيبه ازاي؟ شوف look at the table، شوف look at the strategy to get the take a note بقى معايا. 1 انت عايز تجيب ايه؟ بص have a look معايا to check what you want to get. here is the x bar 23.33 صح؟ عايز to move right و to move left. اول x bar هنا هتكون بالنسبة لنا لو حولناها standard normal probability 0 هتكون 0 x minus x bar so 0. همove right و left I need these values so I need these values ان انا امove right plus left ب 90%. تعمل ايه بقى؟ تاخد ال 90% دي وتروح divided by 2 ليه؟ لان انت عايز هنا 0.45 وهنا 0.45 لو عملت 0.45 plus 0.45 يطلع لك ايه؟ 90% صح كده؟ ده كده على بعض 90%. فيو get ال probability ان انت you have هنا divided by 2 ده مبدئيا. then you add the 0.5 then you add 0.5 كده هتلاقي بالظبط in the table. let's apply and then we check the table. فهات probability over 2 يعني 90% أو 0.9 over 2 plus 0.5 صح كده؟ لأن أنت لما تجيب 90% على 2 يعني without going in depth try to think about it. أنت لما تجيب هنا probability دي يعني I will disregard the next one the first one. هنا 0.45 التيبل هيديك ايه؟ كل حاجة من minus infinity لحد this one يعني كانوا هيديك من 0.5 plus 0.45 صح؟ التيبل هيديك كده يعني you add 0.5 to this because the table it starts from minus infinity. طيب if you try this with your calculator يعني 0.9 over 2 plus 0.5 okay you get 0.45 plus 0.5 you try your calculator 0.95. روح بقى للتيبل we go to the table تدور inside the table على 0.95 بص تقعد تدور 0.95 look here we are moving here between these two parts look so point بالظبط 9 5 هتقع هنا بالظبط this in this part يعني هنا 1.64 هنا between 1.64 و 1.65 صح كده so you can get here the average of both تروح 1.4645 اهي you have to search this it will be 0.95 هتقع ما بين two points these two points we can do 1.465 okay so ببساطة ده هيعبر عن ايه ال 1.465 هيعبر عن البوينت دي صح مش ده 1.465 هيجيب هنا يبقى دي 1.645 so if we need both so هنا هتكون 1.645 و 1.645 الموضوع سهل جدا ده كده at 90% you can get the calculations فتعمل ايه بقى تروح قايل calculation to get confidence at 90% هيكون mu equals to 23.33 plus or minus 1.645 probability times 0.283 you can try your calculation so it will be 22.864 23.795 فتروح قايل by 90% of confidence productivity of the economy is between these two intervals So we can do it one more exercise, but I'll ask you to construct. بص كده confidence at 95%. كمان مرة تروح قايل ميو equals to ايه x bar plus or minus. Have a look. Probability or z times sigma x bar. هتعمل ايه 95%؟ تاخد ال probability لأن 95% divided by 2 plus 0.5, then you look at the table. So if you try 95% divided by 2, you will get 0.475, and you add the 0.5, you get 0.975. You go to the table. It's very easy, it's very mechanical. You go to the table, you search for 0.975. 0.9750. It's 1.9 and 6. So you do mu equals to x bar plus or minus 1.96 times the sigma x bar 0.283. Here you can try your calculator. So you can tell by probability of 95% I will fall between the productivity will fall between these two intervals. Okay, by the way, you have here the table. I wrote you everything. 0.95, the z is 1.496. You can 0.95, 1.96. You can get 0.99 to 0.32. طبعا أي حاجة عايز تعمل 0.99 على طول. 0.99 divided by 2 plus 0.5. It's easy. So if you try your calculator, you can get 0.99 and you divide by 2, you add 0.5, you will find 0.995. So you search for the table for 0.995, and here you reach the answer 0.995. You move this way till you find the 0.995. Here it's between these two parts, so you can get between 2.5 and 7 and 2.5 and 8. You can get the average of this. So it's easy to do this. All you have to do is to get the average. So I just give you some the table gives you some insights about this. It's easy, nothing complicated. All you have to do is to follow the confidence interval concept. So to sum up, first, to get the parameters of the population, we do estimation at a point. This is criticized because we may have biased results, because we don't have things accurate. To overcome this limitation, we proceed to estimation using a confidence interval. Estimation using confidence interval, it overcomes this limitation by suggesting something that we call margin of error here, this part, which is the probability, or the z here that we assumed for the normal distribution, times the sigma x bar. Getting this easy, you get the probability by 2 plus 0.5 and you will reach the answer here.